and let us all do we can to build a better future. Let's get this show a rockin' and a rollin'. So I'm having fun today.
We're having a good day.
Yeah, today, actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, we did get some good news. So today is a good day. So, yeah. All right, folks. All right, let's get started with our first segment. So, again, this entire election that we're seeing right now, the special election that's happening in Ohio, Nina Turner is already commanding a huge lead. Let's actually pull up this first tweet from Nina Turner. And this came out today. Thanks to the hard work of our volunteers and supporters all over the district, our campaign is polling in first place. We are not taking anything for granted, and no, it will be a tough fight. Our work to center the everyday people in the Ohio 11th Congressional District is only getting started. So let's look at this. Nina Turner is holding a commanding lead of 50%. Now, Daniel, you've been talking a lot about electoral politics. So was your opinion, before we get started with the article, what does this 50% lead mean? I mean, because the thing is, it's one thing to show polling data, and we've seen in 2016 and in 2018 and in 2020 where polls can give out misinformation, or some polls are just cast
People
aside.
don't read them wrong. They pick the wrong polls, and we know. But so with this, I would say that it's very early in the campaign. There's really not been a lot of time for people to get out and about. This is really, at this point, name recognition. This is saying that a huge amount of people know Nina Turner, and she has a commanding lead right now. This can always change very quickly when a campaign starts and people are actually on the ground. And this is, it's a year away.
Yeah.
So it's important to start a campaign 2 years out, but polling doesn't really matter until you get much closer.
Right. And also, look, I think a lot of us have been really jaded by a lot of our progressive heavyweight champions, and I think there's a lot to really, bring up. Okay, Nina Turner has this commanding lead. The volunteers and supporters that are there, are they going to continue holding her feet to the fire? Because the thing is, we haven't really seen much pushback from our progressive legislators, even though they do have the power to have a voting bloc.
Not just the legislatures. No one that is of a substantial enough size has really done that with anyone. So I expect that that's going to remain the same. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we would expect any of those variables to change when they've been consistent this entire time in the last few years. That progressives just aren't a big enough force to really affect any elected official once they get elected. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be up to Nina Turner to hold Nina Turner in control. And frankly, I've met Nina, seen her at a couple events.
We've actually interviewed her twice.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And I would say that if you were to have me bet money before we knew how AOC and the rest of the squad would act, I would have still probably put most of my money on Nina Turner. So it's gonna be. I'm ready to be disappointed, and I'm expecting to be, but who knows? It's a year out. I'm not going to attack Nina Turner for existing in the Democratic Party.
Yeah, and again, another thing to take into account is I'm hesitant to say that this is a sign of how the 2022 midterm election cycle will turn out, because again, there's just one district, and Nina Turner's name is somebody that's well known, so it's going to capitalize a lot of support amongst progressives, independents, and yes, even the vote blue no matter who.
But if you want me to dream though, this would be an interesting dream. She gets in, she slaps around the squad, gets them in line, gets them to be a functioning unit that does something.
That is a dream, Dan.
Isn't it?
How dare you?
Isn't it a dream?
How dare you?
Isn't that a dream?
How dare you have the audacity of hope? How dare you?
I know.
How dare you?
I just got to stay real. I think that, I don't know. I give her a 20. I think she has the good chance of winning the district. I think she has the lead. She has the name recognition. I think really the question we're talking about is once she gets in, what happens? I give her 25% chance. It's still better than anyone else.
Okay, so I actually want to focus on an article too that's actually talking about Nina Turner's lead. So Nina Turner is leading the Democratic contenders who are vying to fill former Representative Marcia Fudge's seat in Congress, according to a new poll. Nina Turner's campaign highlighted the results of the poll Tuesday morning, which was conducted by the Tulchin Research. You can explore the poll in the document at the bottom of the story. Notably, the poll shows Nina Turner Turner with a sizable lead with support from 50% of likely voters. Her campaign said in a press release across every demographic, Nina Turner is the favorite to serve as Ohio's 11th next congressional congressperson. Since launching her campaign in December, Nina Turner has received numerous endorsements, including support from various politicians, organizations, and celebrities. And see, the thing is, when we covered the Chicago election, we saw how different politicians were becoming in the lead, how they were getting support from different groups here and there. And, that's going to be fundamentally important. But with Nina Turner, she has name recognition going from the 2016 campaign, helping Bernie Sanders, and even in 2020. This is going to be a monumental effort monumental push for her to maybe win the seat. So, I mean, nothing's set in stone yet.
Yeah, I think that it's fair to say she's likely going to win. The question isn't that, though. I think the problem that progressives have had is that that's only been the question is, hey, will you sign this document saying you're not going to take money in the same way, which, by the way, AOC technically hasn't, but we never thought to ask, how do we make sure that you stay on the right track? And I'm still waiting for someone to have an idea. I still think my idea is we have to get bigger and stronger so we can't be ignored, and so that if you screw with the progressive that endorses you, you're going to suffer the consequences politically.
Yeah.
If we can't make that happen and can't make that a reality, I'm not sure what we get to complain about when they don't listen to us if we can't make ourselves strong enough.
Yep. So I want to read a quote from Nina Turner as well. It's incredibly humbling to have the support of both the local community and national leaders on this journey, Turner said. Working people in Northeast Ohio and across the nation deserve a leader who will center the needs of the poor, the working poor, and barely middle class. The congressional seat Nina Turner is seeking was vacated by former Representative Marcia Fudge, who was tapped by President Joe Biden to serve as the United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. And again, look, nothing's set in stone yet for this election, but I would be surprised if Nina Turner were to lose this election. But again, to Daniel's point, the bigger question is, will she follow through with a lot of her progressive promises and policies? And I think a lot of us, especially who were been jaded in 2016, 2018, 2020, we're kind of expecting to be kind of left out there in the woods still.
I don't have hope. I have dice rolls.
Oh, geez. Well, how's the dice looking in your favor, buddy?
Well, again, I think if she gets in, we have a 25% chance that we'll be radically impressed by what she does.
There we go.
I think there's another 25% chance we're sort of and then there's a 50% chance we're very disappointed.
Right. So, look, it just matters on whether or not Nina Turner will follow through, and maybe she does slap around the squad and get those.
Nice.
Because the thing is, added in with Nina Turner in a hypothetical scenario. With the 15 congressmen and women who were on the Force the Vote petition, maybe that's a voting block. But then again, too, those progressives didn't follow through with Force the Vote. They didn't attend the Force the Vote town hall. They didn't fight for Medicare for all.
And again, Nina Turner has stopped doing interviews since she started running with independent media.
So already I could just feel it right now. Not going to come back on independent media. Jimmy Dore.
That's a big deal. Again, that's saying I don't want to answer those questions.
Hold on. I actually want to give this final statement to Rick Stevens right now in the live stream chat. If she runs as a Democrat, she's going to change. There we go. Yeah.
I mean, technically, there is a type of person out there that won't. Bernie was like that for a while, just not anymore.
Yeah,
people that are willing to fight and with insurmountable odds and keep fighting. Nina seems to me, at least from the times we have met her, to be a person that could do that, but could is very different than will.
Yeah, and again, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.